breaks, the rest will follow.
I'm gonna buy.
Let's go!
Dizzy's up top! Sana, sana.
Shadows traveling.
Reloading. Going up!
I'm out.
Careful, bro.
Dizzy's up!
Watch your eyes!
Spike planted.
Done here. Cover going out.
I got you.
One enemy remaining.
Market.
That's it, break time!
Okay, they tried.
Yeah.
Now it's our turn.
Yeah. My bad. Right there. Can someone buy me, please? Appreciate it. Can someone buy me, please?
Who will I spot first?
Grenade!
Up and away.
Going up! Watch your eyes!
Last player standing.
I'll outshine all their radius.
Jimba, I saw it.
Huh?
By the way, I saw everything. By the way, just so you know, don't try to.
Don't hold back.
My bad.
Who's
bad.
next?
Reloading.
Back to me.
Spike carriers down.
Spike down. B.
I have the spike.
Come on, let's go!
Going out. Shadows.
Reloading.
30 seconds left.
Spike planted. Scatter.
Last player standing.
They found my trap.
beats my firepower. I got this.
Nah.
You set the tempo, not them.
Dizzy's up top. Dizzy's down.
Gone here.
There's my buddy.
Shadows traveling. Cover going out.
Going up.
Dizzy's up. Got the spike, Wings. Spike's sticking. Thanks, little man. Saw you, Mosh. I got you. I got you.
Shadows traveling.
One enemy
Not ready.
remaining.
Cálmate, hotshot. So, do we mix it up? Nah.
They are so dead.
I'm lurking. Nah. Come on, little homies. Let's get it.
Grenade!
Golden. My bad.
Enemy spotted A.
Up you go.
One enemy remaining.
Back to me.
Flash.
You want more? Sorry, buddy.
Reloading.
Wait until I blind them to
Nah.
strike.
¿Qué onda? Let's play slow. Dizzy's up top.
Cover going out.
You did good.
Satchel out.
Get him, wingman. They're not ready. Up and away. Someone's there.
Enemy B.
Spike down B.
Spike. Run. Enemy spotted B.
Last player standing.
Cover going out.
I know exactly
planted.
where you are. Flawless.
Sorry. Inside joke.
If you were one of those radiants, I want to walk through walls because I'm always looking like.
slow.
Let's start the party. Enemy spotted A.
Going up.
There. Headshot. Fire in the hole!
One enemy remaining.
Okay, take a break, guys.
He says their bullets tickle. Nah. Hey, what's good?
Yes.
What's up, fam? Nah.
Taking point. I got you, bruv. I need a drop.
Satchel out.
Dizzy's up top. Crash is ready.
Come on, let's
Sana,
go.
sana.
Grenade!
Cover going out.
Going up. Enemy B. Here.
Little man. Got
Spike down B.
Spike planted. There's my buddy. Dizzy's up. Dizzy has charge.
One enemy remaining.
They're not ready.
Last player standing.
Wingman.
Go get him, buddy. Shotgun hot.
Clutch.
New fight, new tactics. Keep it fresh, yeah? Reloading. Reloading.
¿Qué onda?
I need this.
Let's flush them out.
Shadows travel.
Up the way. Get him, Wing. You did good.
Reloading.
Blow him up, Mosh.
Enemy spotted. Pitiful. My ultimate is. Shadows travel.
Reloading. Going up.
Cover going out.
Watch your eyes.
Spike planted. I have them.
Min.
Grenade!
One enemy remaining.
I saw it.
Last round in the half.
Spend everything. We gain nothing.
Rash is ready.
Does anyone have fun?
Appreciate it.
Yes.
Bonne chance, mes amis.
I can continue.
Right there.
Let's play slow.
Okay, okay, you.
Someone's mid.
Reload him.
Reloaded. Who's next?
Rash is ready. Rash is ready. Spike drop. It's all you, little homie.
30 seconds
It's
left.
all done running. Dizzy's up top. It's all you, Mosh. Up for more? Oh yeah! Monster on the loose! Run, little man! Rash is ready.
10 seconds left.
Going up.
One enemy
No
remaining.
sweat. That's right, you tell him. Rash is going again!
Switching sides.
We do what we do, get back to chilling. Nah.
There. Let's dance. Someone's me. There they are.
Next.
I'm not backside.
Spike planted.
Dizzy's up!
Enemy spotted me. See ya. Grenade.
More meddling.
There's my buddy. Here.
One enemy remaining.
Reloading.
Defuse this spike.
Nice try.
Reloading.
I love explosions.
Hey, what's good? Let's push out. Let's push out. Aguas, keep your guard up. Up and away.
Gun here.
Spike down A.
Go get him, buddy.
One enemy remaining. Flawless.
Back to me.
That's fun.
Do you think they had fun?
Nah,
You say something? Sorry, ears still ringing.
my bad. Ándale.
Enemy B.
前面，靠火送。
I have them. Here.
Low center.
Get him, wingman.
Spike planted.
Let's go. I'm out.
One enemy remaining.
I got you. Sana.
The spike. Defuse the spike.
Flawless.
Reloading.
I said it. Yes. Everybody go home.
The MVP is mine.
Nah,
Let's do this.
nah. I'm gonna save. Dizzy's up top. Back to me. My bad. A huevo. Nice. She's not ready.
Spike planted.
Embarrassing.
Oh yeah! Monster on the loose!
Last player standing. Thrifty.
Let's reset. Deep breaths and all that.
I need a drop. Cheers.
Let's push out.
Time to blow up that Yoroziko.
Up and away. You did good.
Here.
Spike planted.
Is out.
There they are. My ult.
Is ready.
One more kill.
One enemy remaining.
Gun here.
Love it.
If they mess with one of us, they mess with all of us. Yeah. Right there.
They are so dead.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Dizzy's up! Somebody's there! Run, little man!
Grenade!
There's my buddy.
Bomb buddy out.
Careful here. Fall back.
My ultimate's ready. One down.
Both spawn, both spawn.
Someone's in attacker spawn.
Rash is ready.
Fuck you, Race.
There.
One enemy remaining.
Go get him, buddy. What's up, fam?
Yes.
Nice try.
Yes.
Thrash is ready. My bad.
I need this. Thank you.
Right there.
I need this.
There you go.
It's Nathan
Bye. You buy it, guy.
Nah.
I can buy for you. My treat.
Enemy B. Here.
Mosh pit.
Reloading.
No, you don't.
Up you go. Dizzy has targets. Get him, big man.
Spike planted. Last player standing. I know exactly.
Come on, let's go! Careful now. Put down. Going up. Flash! Watch your eyes!
I'll make them
You on that?
They're only
Let's push out. Rush him. Let's push out.
Yes.
Right there. There. Up and away.
Two elbow, two elbow.
Satchel out.
I got you. I got you. Run, little man. Rash is ready. Dizzy's up.
Spike
Oh,
planted.
you little homie.
Enemy spotted.
Oh yeah, monster on the loose. Gun here. Back to me.
One enemy remaining.
They're not ready. Go get him, buddy. Appreciate it.
Up, up.
Is it off? It's off. Sana, sana.
Match point.
Nah. Let's push out. Right there.
I
Let's push
need
out.
this. Thank you.
Right there. Right there. Dizzy's up top. One's there.
My call.
Get him, Wingman. Wingman's down.
Spike down B.
Yeah, come on.
Spike down B. Thirty seconds left.
Gun here.
Spike planted.
Flash.
Satchel out. Satchel out. Again.
Careful now.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Weapon choice. It is so personal, no?
Nah.
You pick a gun.
It tells me who
Nah.
I'm going to save.
Yeah.
Let me show you how the boss does it. Enemy
Fall
B.
back.
Here.
It's all you, Mosh.
I know exactly. Last player standing. Spike planted.
Nightmare's over. Satchel out.
One bullet per enemy. That should be enough, yes?
Nah. Holding position. Nah. Holding position. Careful here. Right there.
Bunch of guys mid.
My bad.
Dead.
A huevo, nice.
B man.
A huevo, nice.
Hold on, I got RPG,
Spike planted.
Shot my wingman. Oh shit!
He's next.
One enemy remaining.
You're
Last player standing.
Like you could stop me.
Defenders win.
Look at this record. I'm so proud.
The light should be loose and What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be installing, we need only the P25 bit, and two is clip the light connector, there we go, and the light should be loose and able to be removed. You can grab from the rear here and just pull it like that. And just like that, the light is out. Okay, now that we have both lights side by side, I want to show you two things. One, this clips over here, 1, 2, 3, will have to be removed and transferred here, 1, 2, 3. Also, these two rubber grommets over here and over here will have to be transferred here and here. But the other thing I want to show you is that this tail light technically is a different part number than the tail light of the R660 and the RZ4. Which means that essentially the JL Designs is not a direct fit to the RS457. And if you notice here, you have an extra lip over here, one here and one there, which you don't have on the RS457 Lite. Now that's the main difference. That's okay because we don't need this anyway, we're not going to be utilizing them. But the other difference is that these two here, 1 and 2, are a little bit shorter than these, which means they won't align directly to the two screws that will need to be screwed in. But I'll show you what the solution is and how you can make this fit. Now let's transfer the clips and the rubber grommets to the JL Designs Lite. Okay, the clips and rubber grommets are transferred. You may need a pick to remove them. The center one was a little trickier compared to the side ones, and I was able to remove the pick and reinsert them here, plus the rubber grommets. So now the light is ready to be installed. Okay, so the JL Designs light is in place. It's just not secured yet, because I need to show you a few things. One, the cables will go under here, all the way straight down. I want to show you what does not align. See this part over here? So one here, and one here. So on this side, I removed the clip so you can have a better visual. So when I press the light in right here, you will see that the left does not align properly. You can see here on the right that even if I push it all the way in, it just doesn't align right here. So basically these two screws cannot be reinserted, but all the other screws, the fairing screws here, the center screw, and everything align. So we're going to secure all the screws, and I'll show you how you can secure these two spots. Okay, so basically I placed the light over here, then I buckled the side fairings back in place with those clips, and I even added these 4mm bolts over here, one here and one from the other side, only to keep everything kind of secure in place, but I have not tightened anything yet. I've aligned everything here in the rear. Everything looks fine, and before I did all that, I placed some safety wire in here and right there. Now the safety wire, I'm keeping it here, and I will leave this last. I will tighten all these bolts first, and once everything's tightened down, I will tighten these wires here. Okay, now again with the T25 Torx, just tighten this here, one over here, and one here, just hand tight for now until we align everything. And also tighten these 4mm screws here for the side fairing. Everything's in place, and we're going to safety wire these. Okay, so I safety wired the one, and then I'll cut this in a little bit, and I'll do my best to show you one-handed how to safety wire this. If you have a safety wire pliers, basically you pull this like this. Okay, this is very difficult one-handed. There you go. Twist about 7 times. Now, if you don't have safety wire or a safety wire pliers to make your life easier, you can always use zip ties too. Both will work. Okay, this one is cut, and I left it a little longer so I can tuck it underneath because I don't want any sharp objects around the cables. So I'll do the same thing for here. I'll cut it somewhere about here, right there, and we can tuck this under here, right there. Okay, perfect. So both are secure right now, and this is not moving at all. Plus, once we place everything on top, we'll put this screw over here, which will keep it even more secure. Okay, next step will be to connect the taillight connector back again, but this is why I like JL Designs. They're actually including this harness inside for the turn signals and for the future license plate light, because as you noticed, I don't have a fender. So inside the fender, the stock fender, there will be a harness that you could technically utilize to reconnect the taillight, but instead of doing that, what JL Designs did, they included a harness just in case you threw away your OEM fender, because if that's what happened, then you won't be able to connect your light. Now you can with this harness. Okay, so the harness is connected. You would basically connect the harness right here, or you disconnect the turn signal connectors from the OEM fender, and then you match the yellow to the yellow and the blue to the blue. You leave this unplugged. This is for the future JL Designs fender eliminator license plate bracket. So all we have to do now is tuck all the cables in and replace everything. Okay, once all the cables are tucked underneath, we're going to place the cover again back up. I did insert this 2 4mm bolts here just to keep this secure, and align it with the final screw right here. That's the last and third screw that will tighten on the light and do the final securement on it. I'm going to place the T25 Torx right here and tighten it right on the taillight. Use the ratchet and tighten. Just do 1/8 of a turn, just enough to go too much because it can strip it, and it's perfect in place. Taillight is secure, matching perfectly. We're gonna do a test right now. Turn it on, check the turn signals. But before we do that, we need to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bolts and the seat. All right, guys, tail light is installed. Let's turn it on and see how it looks. This is off. Okay, light on. Do a close up. Wow, it looks beautiful, guys. Who would know? Taillight with integrated turn signals. On the RS457, let's test the turn signal. Let's do the left. Perfect. You can see from the side too. Let's test the right. Amazing. Okay, let's test the brake. Okay, this will be a little tricky because I have to extend my foot to break it. Okay, there we go. Perfect. All right, install is complete and the taillight looks amazing. Guys, there's a limited number of taillights, so if you want one, make sure you go on Gel Design's website and place your order. Also on checkout, make sure you put coupon code ALPHAVITAGA and you will receive 10% off. Guys, thank you for watching. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.
Covington in length, 3.155 miles. Marc Marquez, of course, the undisputed.
What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be installing
the guys are finished, this one or whatever rider.
High side in FP1 here this weekend, just to let you know, at home by the official HRC team. Of course, they are given a one race grace, but moving forward into sort of, as we head towards the summer break, Mugello, we've got Assen, Sachsenring, and then a much anticipated return through Brno. You'd imagine they'll be shuffling the pack with their vastly experienced test rider group. Of course, we know Taki Nakagami and Aleix Espargaro are very much still involved with the HRC project. So the Aragon, we fear for a period of time now, factory Honda star Luca Marini will be signed live from action. He was suffered multiple serious injuries in a Suzuka 8-hour testing crash in Japan last week. Let's get all the latest news on what's going on Honda-wise. I'm delighted to say Jack is joined by HRC boss Alberto Puig.
Yeah, thanks guys. Good morning to everybody at home. As you rightly say, a big crash for Luca and an extensive list of injuries as well. Firstly, everyone at MotoGP sends our best to him. Alberto, could you just update us on his condition and how he is?
Well, as you say, the crash was a serious one, and in the beginning we were really worried. I mean, he got some small fractures in the chest, in the knee, something, but finally it was not that much. But the problem is that there was some big concussion in the lung, and this is why he's still in Japan. I mean, he cannot travel until his lung is fixed. But it's true that day by day he's feeling better. Now he's receiving some treatment from a physio guy in Japan that Honda has bring to his where he's staying right now, and he's improving day by day, and he's walking already, which is really good. And yeah, we will do a new CT scan probably tomorrow, and then depending on the results we will evaluate the situation, and the doctors will say if he's ready to fly or not.
In terms of a time being a season ender,
I don't know what the other guy said, but I'm sure he can be back. Maybe in 3-4 races.
remains with Honda next year?
Well, it's true that it's not a good timing for all this, no? But at this time, we are not. It would be not correct to talk or think about this when you have a guy in the hospital. So, I mean, let's hope that he can be back soon and he can continue, because the guy now was starting to increase his performance, and he was, in our opinion, he was growing. So this is like a clear stop in his progression, but I want to believe that he will be back and that he will be fit and continue, and then from there we will see what we can do.
Just finally, I spoke to you in this very place 2 weeks ago, and you said you'd be stupid if you weren't interested in signing a world champion like Jorge Martin, but you would never make an offer unless he was free at the end of the season. Well, 4 days later, he put a statement out saying, I'm free at the end of the season. So, as Honda made it, you'd be stupid if you weren't interested in signing a world champion like Jorge Martin, but you would never make an offer unless he was free at the end of the season. Well, 4 days later, he put a statement out saying, I'm free at the end of the season. So, has Honda made an offer?
No, because we really don't know how is the situation. I mean, what I told you 2 weeks before in Silverstone is what, I mean, Martin is a really interesting rider, but I mean, I think he's still on an ongoing contract with Aprilia, so this is something that, as I told you last week, I will not change my speech. I mean, we will not offer a rider any contract if he's on an ongoing contract. Once the guys are finished, this one or whatever rider, then I think each team in the paddock is free to make offers, and I mean, this is how we deal here, no? But this is something that we respect a lot in Honda, and I have no other words, like, I mean, the same words as I gave you in Silverstone.
Thanks, Alberto, and as I said at the start, please give our best to Luca. We hope to see him back very soon.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks very much as always, Jack. Thanks to HRC boss Alberto Puig. Yeah, there's a lot for us to cover up in the commentary box right now. Luca Marini missing for a period of time. We wish Luca a speedy recovery. He suffered a dislocated left hip, fractures to his sternum and left collarbone, and a collapsed lung in that horrible Turn 1 crash testing the Honda Superbike over in Japan in Suzuka last week. And unfortunately, Lewis, well, he was missing after that heavy high side in FP1 at the British Grand Prix 2 weeks ago. Ayagura fracturing the tip of his right tibia bone. He had surgery pretty quickly after the British Grand Prix and was desperate to be riding here this weekend in Aragon. Left it until the last possible minute. I think he was having medical checks as late as 8 o'clock last night in Barcelona. But as you can see on screen, unfortunately, Ayagura also joining our expanding casualty list.
Which leaves Raul Fernandez going in alone for the Trackhouse team this weekend. Ayagura is still due here. He might have already arrived here at the Martin Aragon circuit. He's coming here today. We will be catching up with him during the lunch break, so if you head to MotoGP.com later on this afternoon, you'll hear the very latest from Ayagura himself to his condition. There is the confirmation of what we've already been discussing with you and with Alberto Puig, the absence of Luca Marini, although the best news that came from that interview with Alberto Puig is that perhaps the absence of Luca Marini from that factory Honda might not be quite as long as some of us feared yesterday.
Yeah, that is good news. Bad injuries for Marini and bad timing, as we mentioned, in a fight to convince Honda bosses to keep him next year in MotoGP. To save your seat, you need to be in the seat, don't you? And showing bosses what you're capable of doing. Marini not replaced here this weekend, just to let you know, at home by the official HRC team. Of course, they are given a one-race grace, but moving forward into sort of, as we head towards the summer break, Mugello, we've got Aston, Sachsenring, and then a much anticipated return through Brno. You'd imagine they'll be shuffling the pack with their vastly experienced test rider group. Of course, we know Taki Nakagami and Aleix Espargaro are very much still involved with the HRC project. So the Aragon, the Grand Prix weekend underway. Can anybody stop number 93, who basically crushed the opposition here last September? He took pole position by nearly 9/10 of a second. Marc Marquez led just 60 laps in the whole of the 2024 World Championship campaign. 34 of them were right here in Aragon, where he led every single lap of the sprint, every single lap of the Grand Prix. Although we do have to say, Lewis, and he touched upon this yesterday, there have been recent mistakes, big recent mistakes at Happy Hunting Grounds for Mark, catching minds back to Austin in Texas. So I don't think overconfidence is something that he's going to have to contend with this weekend. But he did say, I asked him in the pre-event press conference yesterday, whether these sort of recent run of slip-ups in Austin, in Jerez, and of course most recently in Silverstone, before he got a red flag reprieve after the crash involving Aleix Espargaro and Frankie Morbidelli on the very first lap. These are mistakes that need to be eradicated. He hinted at maybe a different approach, a different strategy this weekend. He wouldn't reveal what that would be, but clearly at the back of his mind will be some of these previous blunders he's made so far this year.
Yeah, Marc Marquez, of course, all in red this season. He'll have been so relieved to see the red flags waving in his face when he crashed through Beckett at the British Grand Prix, because it spared him the chance to go back out there and ultimately finish on the podium and extend his World Championship lead. But he's only won one of the last 5 Grand Prix now, which sounds remarkable given that he's still largely dominating this 2025 season. He's got a 24-point World Championship lead over his younger brother Alex, but as you mentioned, he gave away a victory in Austin, gave away the chance to fight for the win at the Spanish Grand Prix as well. We'll never know. We'll never know ultimately whether he could have beaten Alex Marquez on that day in history, but he certainly crashed in the effort of trying to beat him, and then was very lucky to get away with the crash at the British Grand Prix. I don't think I've ever seen Marc Marquez, of all the podium finishes that he's had in MotoGP, and he's now up to 116 of them in MotoGP, I've never seen him less happy than he was after the 3rd place of the British Grand Prix. He was angry with himself after the mistake which he got away with.
There were some top rides last time out in that British Grand Prix at Silverstone. Of course, Fabio Quartararo fits that bill. I mean, your heart still goes out to poor old Fabio. He was in cruise control, wasn't he, in that restarted British Grand Prix. Up the road by over 4 seconds clear, up by the hard-charging Marco Bezzecchi on the factory of Aprilia, but Quartararo had him well and truly covered. And then that ride height device not disengaging as he went into Brooklands around the halfway point of that British Grand Prix. Devastating for Quartararo. He was in floods of tears, wasn't he, in pit lane? He broke down in tears as well during his media debrief. But let's not pull any punches here. The Yamaha are coming back to play, aren't they? Dani Pedrosa, KTM test rider, looking on the action. Boy, the KTM need a lift and a tonic after a real wretched recent run. 3 poles in a row, though, of course, for Fabio Quartararo. Let's look at the glass half full, Lewis, because he's been in dynamite form, electric form in Q2 sessions of late, and he will take a lot of heart from the fact that he has led in both, well, in Jerez, Le Mans, and last time out of Silverstone. You do feel that the next big result is coming for Fabio.
Yeah, the tears came from Fabio in his post-race media scrums. I'm sure you've all seen on social media. It came following a question of, you know, does this give you hope that these opportunities will come along again? And they surely will for Quartararo. Whether this weekend will be one of them, we'll have to wait and see. But the form from Silverstone will certainly give him hope that circuits such as Assen later on in the summer, potentially Brno as well, which has got a lot of long, fast corners that you feel like Yamaha will really come into its own and need a good front end around the Brno circuit in the Czech Republic. So the good times certainly on their way back again for Yamaha, but that was one clear issue that they had to get on top of after the British Grand Prix, because we later found out that it was both factory Yamahas that had ride height device failures in that Grand Prix. Fortunately though for his team Alex Rins, his happened on the final lap, but they have already taken steps to remedy that issue.
Yeah, Rins did say yesterday to the media that they have modified the rear ride height device system on the factory Yamaha. He wouldn't go into any specific details. Suffice to say, though, that they have reacted to that cruel exit for Fabio Quartararo. Brilliant job by Marco Bezzecchi, of course, take nothing away from him. The 3rd Aprilia rider in history to win in MotoGP alongside Aleix Espargaro and Maverick Vinales. A much needed, a massive boost for Aprilia after their tough start to 2025. There's so much happening in MotoGP right now on track. There's certainly a lot happening off track. We'll cover that off very, very shortly, or we'll try at least to cover it off. We've only got, what, another 40 minutes into this, yes? I mean, we could do with probably 40 hours to talk you through everything that's going on right now behind the scenes in the paddock in MotoGP. But let's go and get a quick Yamaha update from Jack down in pit lane.
Yeah, of course, Augusto Fernandez here this weekend, wild card in his first wild card appearance of the season. Of course, he was deputising for Miguel Oliveira earlier in the year, and he's got 2 very interesting motorcycles down in the garage, guys. A carbon swing arm on both, a new chassis on both. He told us yesterday that he's got 2 different engines in both of his machines as well. But when it comes to swing arm, this is something I don't think anyone would expect to have said 2-3 years ago. Augusto Fernandez has got a carbon one. Alex Rins is testing the one that we saw Fabio Quartararo use at Silverstone 2 weeks ago. Fabio has got his own, and then down in the Prima Pramac box, Miguel Oliveira and Jack Miller have got on one of the bikes the swing arm, that they started the year with, meaning that there's 4 different iterations across the machines. There's a couple of different chassis on show as well. New engines across the board, different aero across the board. I mean, that tells you two things. A, just how hard Yamaha are trying to get back to the top of MotoGP, and B, what a massive culture change has taken place over the last couple of years, driven directly from the appointment of Max Bartolini as technical director. It is fascinating to see just how hard Yamaha are trying to reclaim that World Championship. And just thought I'd add as well, guys, I am parked outside the Prima Pramac Yamaha box at the moment, hoping to try and find Gino Borsoi. I'll let you guys explain why.
Yeah, thanks very much, Jack. Yes, Prima Pramac Yamaha dominating a lot of off-track headlines right now, and what a story potentially this could be for MotoGP fans, well, just in general, two-wheel race fans all around the world, because the hot gossip, and there's no smoke without fire, is there, that reigning World Superbike champion, World Superbike superstar, Toprak Razgatlioglu, has agreed, or if he's not very close to agreeing, a deal that would see him move over onto a factory-wise R1 in Prima Pramac next season. Lewis, I don't think there's any motorcycle race fan around the world that is not buzzing about the prospect of seeing the Turk in MotoGP next season.
He is a genuine star of our sport, isn't he? No question about that. He's uniquely talented. You just need to see what he's been doing on firstly Yamaha and more recently, of course, a BMW in the World Superbike Championship. Of course, a world champion for both. And he's just got that star quality, hasn't he? It goes beyond the stuff piece that, of course, we see from Toprak so frequently. He's just a genuine star of our sport. So many gravitate towards him. Of course, he's got such a following from Turkey as well. And also, perhaps more pertinently for Toprak, time's running out in terms of his career. He'll be 29 when next year's MotoGP World Championship gets underway. So if there was ever a moment, perhaps a last opportunity for Toprak to cut his teeth in MotoGP and prove that he belongs on this stage, this was the chance. And it looks as if Toprak has taken that jump.
Yeah, here, good news all round potentially. He's got very, very close connections, a real close bond with current factory Yamaha boss Paolo Pavesio. Those two go back a long, long way. So you'd imagine that Pavesio has been fighting Toprak's corner to find him a slot in Yamaha stable next year. Of course, many of you at home will now be wondering, well, if Toprak does indeed make the move over to MotoGP, why will Yamaha potentially reshuffle the pack? Well, we know Fabio Quartararo, he's going nowhere. He clearly is Yamaha's golden boy. He's only halfway through that lucrative €25 million 2-year contract. Jack Miller, Miguel Oliveira, Alex Rins, one of three of them maybe will be losing out in the game of musical chairs. Well, one man will certainly be in the know. It is Prima Pramac Yamaha boss Gino Borsoi, I'm delighted to say now, joins Jack down in pit lane.
Yeah, he does indeed. Good morning, Gino. I have two words for you. Toprak Razgatlioglu. What's the story?
Easy, 2 words. At the moment, it's just rumors of the paddock. That's it.
No truth at all. There's been no contact. I will say I'd have loved to have spoken to Paolo Pavesio, because I know obviously he's the man driving pretty much the signings when it comes to Yamaha, but he's not here this weekend, so unfortunately it falls to you to answer the questions, Gino. But surely there's no smoke without fire. There's all kinds of media from all different countries. Kenan Sofuoglu, his manager, is saying that there's big news coming, potentially an announcement in Mugello. Talks must have taken place.
Well, I just say the rumors are rumors. Of course, Yamaha has have some contact with Razgatlioglu. They are discussing. We are talking about next season, but also we have to think about our riders. So our riders still show great potential, and at the moment we are also try to understand if next season we want to keep the same line of this season, but as always we are in discussion.
Absolutely, but as you say, it's going to be potentially a difficult decision. If Toprak does come on board, then Jack has been very impressive and has clearly allowed Yamaha to take a step. Miguel has had his injury problems, so it's very difficult to judge him. I mean, how much of a challenge is the decision you're going to make be, and what sort of timeline is there given to make that decision?
Well, it depends of the agreement. We have two different agreements compare for our rider, and so we need to study deep and to talk with the manager about the future. As I said before, we are still thinking about the lineup of next year, and I don't want to add nothing more. I said the rumors are rumors. No contract has already signed with Tropac. We just open a window to discussion, and between here and summertime, we need to understand where our riders are, and then we have to take a decision. That's it.
When there are rumours like that flying around, how much motivation is that for both Jack and Miguel to prove that they deserve to remain in MotoGP?
For sure, motivation must keep there because we have a season in front of us. They must keep the high motivation to get the best result as possible, to show to us and to Yamaha they have a speed to continue with us. If they show the speed, I'm more than happy to continue with them.
Gino, thank you for your time, and sorry for those rough questions early on a Friday morning. I hope you don't hate me for it.
I know that, so it was something that already was in my mind, so nothing special, nothing new.
Thanks, Gino. Have a good weekend.
Yeah, thanks, Jack. I think Gino Borso is already looking for a cut man in boxing terms, isn't he? Well,
he
yes,
prepared.
As we say, watch this space. There is no smoke without fire. There are now several media outlets that have jumped on this story, and for good reason. Because, as we mentioned, outside of MotoGP, Toprak Razgatlioglu is just a X-Factor superstar, isn't he? We'll just keep you abreast of the Yamaha sort of state of play in terms of contracts. Alex Rins, he is under contract to the factory squad for 2025 and 2026. Miguel Oliveira also has a 2-year contract with Pramac Yamaha right now. So as it stands right now, I guess one rider who might be expressing a little bit of concern is Jack Miller, who's under a 1-year contract. Miller's contract expires at the end of 2025, but Jack Miller is impressed. He really has caught the eye this year on an M1, Lewis. So you would feel out of the Rins sort of Miller Oliveira trifecta about who might be bumped out if Toprak is indeed coming out of MotoGP. You would feel if Jack is deemed surplus to requirements, that would be incredibly harsh.
Very harsh. The job he's done so far from the very start with Yamaha indicates that Jack Miller's got plenty to offer. I remember speaking to Jack Miller last year, and he said he loves being on 1-year contracts because he's constantly in a battle to prove himself, not only to himself, but to the teams that he rides for, and to prove that he belongs in MotoGP. For me, Jack Miller has already proven that point already in the first.
Finally, Kawasaki semua tu tak elok-elok je. Rosso 4. Rosso 4. Tyre standard ke? Tak kan? So Farid nak isi minyak, aku tak nak isi dulu. Alright. Wih. Okay guys, so kita bersama dengan Kawasaki Ninja ZX 636. Kita ambil warna hijau. Baru berpeluang nak bawa ni. It's been dah lama ke dia launch hari tu. Ni baru berkesempatan nak bawa. Thanks to Kawasaki Malaysia. So selamat Hari Raya. Hari Raya Haji esok. Kalau video ni up maybe dah dah raya kot. Malam ni akan balik kampung. Plannya nak naik motor ni, tapi tak tahu lagi, tengok macam mana. Cuaca pun macam dah gelap. Kita akan buat review motor ni tahun 2025 punya model, masuk Malaysia, pasang kat Malaysia, CKD unit, harga 60,000. Mana nak dapat kan dalam sejarah motor sport bike pasang kat Malaysia harga macam ni. Kalau tak dulu harga ni mesti 70, 80 kan, range macam tu lah. Sebab second hand pun 40 lebih, 36. Alright, let's go. Sebab daripada Honda. Langgar lampu. Alright, side mirror dia tak terlalu capang. Okay. Last aku bawa motor ni, kalau kau tengok dekat channel aku bawa dekat Jakarta. Tapi yang tu model 2023 ke 2022. Meter masih meter yang lama, tapi actually spek yang sama. Yang tu aku bawa kat Jakarta. Kita bawa Sun Mori, tapi yang ni model 2025 CKD Malaysia, Kawasaki Malaysia ataupun Modenas lah. Pasang kat Gurun. Sebab tu kita boleh dapat harga 60 tu. Ada titisan hujan lah ni. So motor ni aku dah boleh dikatakan biasa bawa lah. Sebab sebelum ni aku bawa yang tahun 2014 ni tu. Basically it's the same engine lah, just ada certain riding assist kan. Macam meter pun dah baru. Meter sama macam ZX25. Kalau sekali pandang macam ZX25. So tayar yang dibekalkan dekat motor ni Rosso 4. Tak tahu ni tayar standard memang dapat Rosso 4 ke apa. Sebab masa launching itu aku tak dapat nak datang. Waktu kiri je lah kawan. Sebab kita bukan 100 user pertama macam ZX25 dulu. Tapi memang smooth lah bawa. Motor baru, baru 1200. Tapi kita jangan rasa macam bawa naked bike pula. Kona dia nanti JB. Tahu tak JB tu apa? Okey, quick shifter dia atas sahaja. Downshift masih lagi kena manual, which is aku lebih prefer macam tu. More in control lah bagi aku. Oh, minyak ada 3 bar. Tadi 2 bar. Dia kalau motor sport bike ni, dia hantu dia keluar dekat atas RPM 6 tu. Kau terlalu boleh nampak dekat gap tu 4 ke 5 tu dia tak ada nombor 5. Kau tahu dah. Kalau 6 tu dia dah kick in. Sebab tu aku dah biasa bawa naked. So bila dekat RPM rendah ni aku rasa macam motor meraung. Sebab aku bawa dekat gear tinggi. Dah hujan-hujan sikit lah guys. So riding position dia memang menunduk. Tapi dia tak ada lah. Kalau compare dengan ZX25, motor ni lebih menunduk lah. Kalau nak compare dengan R6 lagi tunduk. Tapi antara semua brand lah, ZX6 ni yang paling senang nak control lah. So nak riding daily apa semua kan, power dia macam senang sikit lah. Masuk straight lah, malas lah nak lalu highway. Tapi kereta banyak tu guys. Masih lagi sesama ni. Tapi memang smart lah. Aku ambil colour hijau, so dia striking sikit. Tapi kena jaga untuk model ZX6 ni. Dia senang nak tank slap tau. Tak banyak lah kalau kita tengok video kan. Tank slap tu selalu lah jadi dekat model ni. Itu pun aku dah rasa tayar depan terangkat sikit lah. So hati-hati bila kita nak pulas motor ni. Untuk tank slap tu memang kuat. Dia punya tendency. Owner ZX6 cuba komen kat bawah. ZX6 tahun bila-bila pun lah, mesti akan cakap yang model ni senang tank slap. Ada satu video ni pun dia tengah nak santai lepas tangan. Walaupun motor dia full damper, tengah slow je. Lepas tu berjoget. Terus kita sekarang dekat road mode. Tak masuk lagi sport mode. Untuk heat motor ni tak ada rasa sangat lah panas je. Ataupun maybe cuaca sekarang tengah mendung-mendung kelabu ni kan. Biasakan tangan lah. Menunduk Tangki ni 17 liter. Facelift depan ni semua. Bentuk yang ni lebih nampak garang. Selling point untuk motor ni sebab harga dia. Walaupun motor ni kalau nak ikutkan dia punya spek macam tak adalah artsy, faxy, tacky sangat tau. Dia just simple je. Dia ada quick shifter pun up. Lepas tu ada traction control apa semua, riding modes. Tak adalah dapat Brembo ke apa kan. Lepas tu kita boleh dapat harga yang orang kata mesra poket lah untuk sport bike. Akak ni bahaya lah, dia punya kain. Kain ke seluar besar sangat ni masuk dalam tayar ni. Dengan beg berat ni banyak bawa barang lah hari ni. Alhamdulillah tak hujan lebat. Tapi motor ni aku seriously aku takut dah nak lepas tangan ni apa. Sebab memang senang sangat untuk tank slap. Okey guys, sampai sini dulu editing korang. Just stay tuned for more videos. And ciao. Assalamualaikum.
you
guys, Assalamualaikum, welcome back to my channel.
Right, sekarang kita ada dekat Genting Sempah punya R&R Highway LP.